Good and evil. I promise. I promise you can call on me, and I'll be on my way.
I know you're getting used to people breaking the promises, so you got some skepticism, but you know what the problem is, that you never had someone love you like I do. You can lean on me and you'll see it's true that all you gotta do is call, and I'll be at your door. Say you need a hand and I'll change my plans. All you gotta do is give me a chance. If you ever need somebody, all you gotta do is call me, and I'll be on my way. I'll be on my way. If you ever need somebody, all you gotta do is call me, and I'll be on my way. I'll be on my way.
Did you know we all struggle a lot? Like, do we got what it takes to make it to the top? Is that your friend up in your feet spot? Will he still be around if this flops? Don't question, just count your blessings. Don't let this cold world distract your message. It's a guarantee that they'll try to test you. It's about to bounce back and by how you mess up. So I hope you know I always got a hand to hold, and you can have my jacket when it gets cold, and I'ma be your friend to the very end. There's so few we can trust. I wanna be someone you can believe in.
If you ever need somebody, all you gotta do is call me, and I'll be on my way. I'll be on my way. If you ever need somebody, all you gotta do is call me, and I'll be on my way. I'll be on my way. If you ever need somebody,
I'll be on my way,
all you gotta do is call me,
and I'm on my way.
if you ever need somebody, I'm on my way. I'm on my way. A man was going down from Jerusalem to Jericho when he was attacked by robbers. They stripped him of his clothes, beat him, and went away, leaving him half dead. A priest happened to be going down the same road, and when he saw the man, he passed by on the other side. So too a Levite, when he came to that place and saw him, passed on the other side. But a Samaritan, as he traveled, came to where the man was. And when he saw him, he took pity on him. He went to him, and he bandaged his wounds. He put the man on his own donkey, brought him to an inn, and took care of him. Now, which of these three do you think was a friend to the man? Go and do likewise.
Yo!
Good, what's good?
What up, y'all? Run them likes. Excuse me, I'm smoking, y'all.
All the way up! Yeah!
Run them likes up.
That's right.
Excuse me. Shout out Ricky. Shout out Virtual Escape. Shout out all the people watching on Instagram. Shout out RG all day. Shout out J Life. There's no life without J Life. We actually have some J Life music going down tonight
Yeah.
on the mental health episode. Let's go. A case of
out
the
here.
Mondays. What up,
Yeah.
D'Angelo? What are you looking forward to this week? Are you excited or are you fighting? Let me know. Run them likes up too. Milkman,
Yo, what up?
how are you feeling?
You know me, Mr. Always Ready. The milkman is in the building with Maddie and the exotic one for a case of the Mondays. Like, whoa, you know?
That's right.
And you said something. You have a bunch of sayings, Milk, that are very, very important. You understate them, but you have a million great sayings. And one I wanted to kick off the show highlighting that you say, because you always got to think multiple times about your sayings. What up? What up, y'all? Run them likes up. We see y'all. What up, Kentretto? What up, everybody?
Yo, the count is in the building. Country ghetto in the house. Like, whoa.
Yeah. So Milk. Say what the saying is. It wouldn't be right for
Oh,
me
you're
to be
talking
the one to
about when
say
you
it.
stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. Who knows what that
Yes.
means?
Uh.
Who from where I'm from wrong? You know what I mean? From round the way, round the corner, when you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. Ain't that right, Maddie? You know what I'm talking about? Stay ready, you ain't
That's
got to get
right.
ready.
That's right. That's right. Stay
Yeah,
ready.
yeah.
Stay ready. You ain't got to get ready. And it's an
So what does
understated.
that mean? What does that mean to y'all?
Yeah, what does that mean to y'all watching? For me, I understated it for a long time.
Yeah.
Maddie, what does that mean to you?
I mean, for me, it means what it says, but at the same time, it's just like you said, you understated it. I think that sometimes you might not be ready, but it's the confidence that you can come in and just, you know what I mean? Even if you're not ready, you still ready.
It's the
Right.
appearance of
Yeah,
being
I
ready.
don't have to have done this before. I
that's
don't
right.
have to have been here before. I have lived life. I grew up making hot dogs and macaroni and cheese for my goddamn self. I had
That's
to learn how to sew the hole between my legs so the kids wouldn't make fun of me in school. It don't matter where you put me or what situation you put me in. I guarantee you I'm going to boss the shit out of it because I stay ready.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
right.
and yeah, because a lot of times in life, you're gonna get into situations you're not ready for. And if you have think about it, you're like, stay ready. A lot of times I've thought of it as having all the tools at
Okay.
all times
Yeah.
to be ready. Like, oh, okay, if I always have all these things. Shout out Elisa and Ashley. We're talking about the saying, stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. I always took it as always being prepared, having everything. I'm like, I'm a mess. How can that apply to me? Like, and I'm trying to do so many different things. There's no way I can always have everything.
Yeah.
Um, but it's deeper than that. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna rise to the occasion? Can you have confidence in yourself to deliver and to appear to be ready?
That part right there.
And having the mind frame to try new things and go
Right.
outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah. For sure.
Uh,
For sure.
Well, and not to succumb to your circumstance and your environment. Yeah, your tire might go flat. Yeah, your check might end up short. Yeah, like your washer might go out. Yeah, you might have to go to the doctor. You got something wrong with your knee. Like, yeah, but how you gonna react to that shit? Like,
yep.
Yeah.
is that the end of
That's
it
for
for
sure.
you? Is that the end of it for you? Like, oh, that was too much. My bad. And then the reality, not to minimize anything anybody goes through, because we all go through shit. Let me tell you, and it can be deep. But
Yes.
at
Yeah.
the end of the day, your response says so much about who you are,
Right.
right? Because we all get hit in this motherfucker.
Every
But what
day,
you
all the
gonna do?
time.
You put your hands up? Do you grit your teeth and say, here we go? Or do you brace for the next blow and say, I hope this ain't the one that takes me out?
Well, Milk, before we get to the actual subject, can I tell this? Can I tell like the way I told Maddie the story of how I came to comprehend the saying?
I mean, if you got to, if that's what you need to do, if it's gonna help the people.
It's gonna. I think it will because so Milk was invited somewhere and he did not know the exact time. And by the time he decided it was the time to do the show, and he was like, I am not ready. And so we get on there and we're doing the show. And the co-host and the person goes, Milk is always ready. And I was salty. I was like, man, you don't know about everything I just and but that I realized in that moment, damn, he put
Where's
on the
my
appearance of being ready.
Right.
He rose to the occasion and delivered what was needed
That's right.
to do it. And so I couldn't be salty even. I couldn't be like, man, if it's true
How, lo-
regardless.
how long have I been frozen for? Am I still frozen?
Yeah, you're still
Yeah, you
frozen,
from
but we can hear
hear you.
you.
Way to hear me. Praise the Lord. Let me see if I let me see if I can correct this situation right fast for you.
All right. All right.
And so yeah, like even if they felt that way, if they thought that way, it's still he still was ready.
That's right. That's where the confidence comes in.
Yeah, no. Yeah, you have to be able to rise to the occasion. Our subject today is acknowledgement. It is called Milk will be back, y'all. We love Milk here on Let's Vibe TV. But Milk will be back. It is called Acknowledge Me. Hold on, let's get this going. Let's get this where y'all can actually hear it. We don't talk about it enough. We don't talk about it enough. But we all have a need.
Acknowledge me.
Yeah, yeah. We all have a need to be acknowledged and
Yes.
recognized. There's a stigma to wanting that. You get called, oh, he wants too much attention. Oh, he wants to look at me. But it is a human need to be acknowledged. Otherwise, this world is lonely. It's how we connect with people is by acknowledging one another. And we never really talk about acknowledgement. And I feel like it's an important thing. I think it shapes a lot of our decisions and the things that we do. And like listening, to one another and
Huh?
how we respect one another. And what do we want to be acknowledged for? What represents us? And how do we acknowledge others? Where do we, do we have tunnel vision? Do we only acknowledge ourselves? And it's pretty
I think
easy.
I think what people would be able to articulate still would not be the same as what they truly desire.
Okay. I can dig it.
Well, in the sense that we're correlating human connection to acknowledgement, right? I do agree that we all need human connection, and part of that connection is acknowledgement. But I
Mm-hmm.
would say how people really want to be acknowledged, they might not even know how to articulate it
Yeah.
or feel that they are worthy enough to even say it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's real.
right.
Yeah.
Well, because so much in our world tells us, yo, who who the fuck do you think you are? Why
Right.
do you deserve to be acknowledged?
Yeah.
More so than it tells us, like, hey, we're listening. We're
Well,
even
and I tell you what, if a motherfucker, hey, who the fuck you think you talking to? You heard me? Like I think that has gotten lost along the way somewhere. Cause who is you talking to?
Yeah.
Hey, come correct or don't come at all.
Right.
yeah. I mean, yeah. Talk to me nice, but it is a tough. I don't know. People have a hard time acknowledging that they didn't acknowledge you or listen.
Yeah.
Pride, pride and acknowledgement are very close to each other, and it's funny how sometimes it stops you
Yeah.
from hearing
Well, it can be basic
others.
too. Like think about this, and this will really let me know who I'm dealing with, right? Because Maddie, I'm just getting to know you, Daz. We're a couple years in, but I'm still getting to know you, right? And so, in my tradition, in my culture that I was brought up in, you couldn't even walk into a room without acknowledging everyone in it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Talk to me about that. Anybody would get chewed out, cussed out, catch one if you walked through a room and didn't speak to people as you went by?
Yeah.
No, that. No. Okay, go on, Maddie.
No, I was gonna say they might say some shit like, "Did I sleep with you last night?" Or, like I acknowledge. You're supposed to acknowledge everybody. Like you just came in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah. Especially my family. Like I couldn't go in some older people's house. I can't go in my family's house and just think
Right.
I'm finna walk by some folks and not say hello and pay respect and
Right.
acknowledge folks as I move by.
Yeah,
um,
that's true.
every time I've heard about that, because I've heard about it.
Yeah.
Or you've never personally experienced it.
Well,
So that means you don't practice it because you would have experienced if it was
no.
something you
Look,
practiced.
I say hi to everybody. I want to be acknowledged, but I've always been made seem like I was overbearing
Yeah.
for introducing myself to everybody. You know,
I even make a game of it in the community. Like I go out to lunch with somebody and just speak to about 3, 4 people on the way to the register. Speak
that
to
is
people as I'm getting
true.
ready to sit down.
Yeah.
I just make a game out of it. First of all, just to see, like, okay, some people are not open to it. You quick to find out. But some
Yeah.
folks, they genuinely just like to have engagement with somebody else. You don't know
Yeah.
who they've talked to that day.
It's
I
like a
was
black cat.
always
I feel like
I was
some
always
people pass
told
it.
don't speak unless spoken to. Acknowledge who acknowledges you. And even with my dad, he acknowledged everybody. I was never told to acknowledge everybody. Shout out Keely in the building. Shout out Ashley. It's common decency. I do it to be kind and to not be sketch. But I feel like being sketch has turned into more of a norm. Yeah, even Cecilia, she waves at everybody. I'm acknowledging y'all watching right now.
That's
I
right.
love
That's right.
y'all.
Yo, Let's Vibe
Yeah,
TV in the building. Milkamania's running wild. Maddie is in the house.
That's right.
shout out Maddie, the co-host of A Case of the
Let's
We didn't hear. We didn't
go.
hear.
It's like a dream because I done begged Maddie for years. Come on,
Yeah.
make it right. She said, "Get on your shit." Kick it. I mean, say, you know what I'm saying? It's not time yet, but we're
Hey,
here.
it was all a dream. I just want to talk about mental health on Let's Vibe TV. Hey,
Hey!
let's
Oh,
go.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. I mean, because I want to be acknowledged. It's important. I like and like people are interesting too. I get something out of it too. I get a bunch of great stories. I get to see a bunch of great talents. I get to see a whole bunch of places I might have never seen. But even
Yeah.
when I mean acknowledge Milk, even like being in the line somewhere, right? And like you see that like you and the guy both got on Crocs. And he
I
got
can't
on some
relate. I can't relate to this story. This is not
you
culturally appropriate. This is why
know,
standardized testing doesn't work.
look, you like, yo, them Crocs are so dope. I,
Right.
I almost got those ones, but I picked these, and so y'all have I'm acknowledging him right there, even the
I
subtlest
acknowledge you
things.
look like you want to be a nurse. That's what I acknowledge.
What with the Crocs?
Yeah.
Uh,
I
Yo,
mean,
look, like you work a 12-hour shift caring for people.
some people
Your
yeah,
think
feet hurt.
yeah. I don't have any Crocs, but they in supposedly.
Hey, bruh. Hey,
no,
see,
yo,
you was about to defend them. You was about. First of all, they take
who
like three
watching got
Qs.
Crocs? I know
Hey,
somebody
bro.
watching
They
got
take
Crocs
like
on right now
they take like
watching.
4 little pellets. Like that styrofoam that come in your box when you order some shit from Amazon. They
Yeah.
take like 4 of them pellets and throw it in this machine, and a shoe come out. And
I
people
saw
pay
that
100.
the other
And
day.
people pay $100 for that shit.
Yeah, that's
What
wild.
up?
And then they tricked y'all to buy shit to put on it. They say,
Right.
hey, you can put a little pin on it.
Shout out Gordo. I'm acknowledging Gordo. Shout out Sarah
Man,
Shane. She is running for Inked Up Magazine's
shout
contest.
out.
Drop the link in the comment section so people can give you a vote. It's free to
Y'all
do.
acknowledge Sarah Shane in the building, y'all.
Can we? Yeah. So I see y'all running them likes up. I love y'all. Love y'all. We are blessed here with another day to be together. Ugly issues, no crack. This is ruining my mental health right now. No,
Hey,
look.
speak your truth. Speak your truth. It is up to him how you are received. Your delivery has nothing to do with how he receives it. Just tell your truth, and he has to live with your truth. Tell him you don't want popcorn peanuts on your feet.
Yeah. My son is so I worry about he couldn't tell me if he wanted to. So I try to be the one to build him up. Man, how do you get that's a whole yeah, that's deep. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
That's developing a whole nother language, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Um
I've worked with nonverbal children in the past. And technology has come a long way. You know, I don't know your specific situation, but I've worked with folks that have been able to utilize tablets and be able to touch pictures to put together sentences about what they want, things of that nature. And so I don't know where they are. I don't know what their condition is, but I pray that God makes way for them to be able to live a prosperous life
yeah.
within the gifts that they've been given.
Yeah. Oh man. So I guess that's what we're here for, but this is every day. What up, y'all? Run up them like, share,
It's
share,
the real
share.
life out here in
Hopefully,
this world. We don't sugarcoat shit out here on the case of the Mondays. We
we
keep it a buck
really
out here. You
don't.
know what I'm
It's
talking about?
scary though. It's
We keep it a buck
scary.
out here. Hey, don't come on this show if you ain't trying to keep it a buck. Take
Yeah,
your
for
mask off.
sure.
When you click this one, take your mask off.
Um,
Take your mask off when you click on this one, okay? Am I telling the truth, somebody?
definitely. Amen. Amen. Let's acknowledge the milkman. Hashtag milk if you acknowledge the
I hate to have to
milkman
ask
right
for
now.
amen in here. I hate to have to ask for amen.
uh, what if my mask is the only thing that makes me shout out KD in the building? We love you. So we're gonna play a game, right? Not a game because mental health is not a game. Shout out J Life being the only one to acknowledge the milkman. That's fun. He even threw an amen on the compensate for the people who did not acknowledge the
Amen,
milk.
amen, amen. Thank you, J Life. Thank you, Mr. Munoz.
But you have a listening game for us, I believe, and I don't.
What's that? Hold on. I
Listening
know I
exercise.
froze earlier. I can't. Hold on. I'm trying to say it again.
You
One
have
more.
a
One more.
listening game, and I think that y'all at home will be able to play as well. But
I don't know. I think the exotic one might have some high expectations, but the milkman is gonna talk about listening on today, and I won't bore you with the whole mass communications 101 lesson on today in terms of sending and receiving, in terms of how communication is begun, the fundamentals. But
Okay.
I
let me
will
turn up
ask
my
you.
mic.
I will ask you. Do you think that you are a good active listener?
Me?
Yeah, the two of you. Do you think you're good active listeners?
I think I am.
Okay.
I'm sure there's room for improvement, but I think I am. You know.
Daz, active listener?
No.
No.
That's honest.
I hear everything, but do I take it in fully?
Right.
I take in key points. I'll understand what was said, but
Okay.
the weight of it, the value, not at the moment. In retrospect, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all familiar with Simon Says, right?
Wait. Before that, Milk, do you think you're a good listener?
I'm the teacher. I have doctor in front of my name. Of course I'm an active listener.
That's right.
Now that doesn't mean that I'm
Ooh,
perfect.
I no
It doesn't
wait.
mean that I'm perfect, and it
No,
doesn't mean that I always utilize it. I know how, I've been trained to do so.
I gotta look. Look. Um,
Now, and
KB
there's a
says she is
difference.
not a good actor.
There's always a difference between knowing and doing, right? And I didn't ask you if you knew how to be an active listener. I asked you if you were. Sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not. Sometimes it's on purpose,
Hmm.
sometimes it's not.
Do you want me to keep it a buck? How? Because I want. Okay, Maddie. Do you
Yeah.
think? Do you think I'm a good active listener?
Yeah, I feel like you can be. I feel like I've seen you actively listening and I've also seen you not. And I don't think that I don't think you do it on purpose. I think it's more so you either like, preoccupied or you're just it's a lot at once, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I feel like when the time or if someone says, "Yo, I need you to listen," you're like, "Okay." Like, you know what I mean? You're capable for sure.
Okay, take your right hand and put it in there. Okay, good. Take that index finger, point it towards that way.
Wait, this
Okay,
way.
good. Take that thumb, throw it out
No,
like that.
that's too with the camera's
Okay,
back.
good. Now what I want you to do is bring those two fingers together and make a circle. All right, good job. Way to go. You're doing an amazing job. Then what I want you to do is I want you to put it on your chin. No, your chin. Your chin. Your chin. Oh.
Okay.
I
You're
thought
not-
you guys
you're
said
not-
that you were good active listeners.
No.
What happened? What
Damn.
happened there?
Well,
I mean,
no.
that was very
Okay.
basic. That was
No,
very
that
basic.
was a trick.
Okay.
Because
no. Okay, wait.
because you
One
made us
more.
visually listen. You made us visually listen.
Yeah.
Well, that is the
Because-
key, right?
and-
Understanding
and
that
wait,
all of
the-
our senses are a part of listening.
But the fact, right. And that was what was interesting about that to me. But okay. So before that, though, right? It's
There's
tougher
also a lot. There's
no,
also a
it's
lot to
tougher
unpack
because-
in there.
No, it's tougher because our cameras are the opposite way.
It didn't really matter because by the time
It
I put it
did.
here, by the time I put it here, it didn't matter.
You're right.
Yeah.
It didn't
But I
matter.
was locked. I was like, "Look, I'm doing my eye listening." You right? I thought I was
I'm doing
flexing.
what Milk is doing.
right. Well, there's a lot in there, right? One, there's something to be taken away in the fact that we listen with all of our senses, including our sight, right? The other thing
Shout out, Ya Passion.
that
I acknowledge you, Ya Passion. I acknowledge you.
there's something else. There's something else to be said in there, in the fact that a lot of times people do one thing and say another, right? And so we send mixed messages, and so then we're not even efficient in our communication, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a whole nother caveat if you go deeper in that. But let's try this right here. COAST, coast, right?
All right.
Say it with me. COAST, coast.
COAST
Coast.
coast.
ROAST, roast.
ROAST roast.
BOAST, boast.
BOAST
BOAST boast.
Now, what do we put in a toaster?
toast.
Toast.
Bread.
We put bread in the toaster. We put bread in the toaster. Okay, guys. Like, I really need you. Like, you
Dang.
said to me, I heard you because I was actively listening. I heard you say that you could actively listen.
Yeah.
Like, I know I didn't ask you a question that stumped you, did I?
Nah, and then it's crazy because the whole time I was waiting on the trick, and I still got tricked. So
It wasn't about the trick. It's about how we listen.
Yeah.
how we process information, and how our thinking can be skewed by what we're hearing, seeing, physically doing,
Yeah.
like everything. It's influenced. Your thoughts are influenced by everything.
Yeah. There's so many variables though, even to listening. I feel like not only
Yeah,
that, but someone's delivery, and you can interpret something the wrong way, or
that part.
you know what I mean? So listening, I
Yeah,
mean, that's something to be practiced, as well as delivery, as well as how you receive something. I mean, there's a lot that goes into this shit.
for sure, for sure. Look, I'm gonna wrap this thing up. I'm gonna put you guys on the spot.
No,
Okay.
well, wait.
I'm gonna put you guys on the spot here real
Okay,
quick.
I'll say it after the game. I'll say it after the game.
Well, I don't
Not
know
the
what the fuck you
game.
think I don't know what the fuck you think we've been doing the whole damn time here, but we've been gaming the whole damn time. I don't. Did you put your Switch down? You probably should pick it up, get you a joystick, because we've been gaming the whole damn time. But I'm gonna put the two of you on the spot. We're gonna practice active listening. I talked about being trained in this. I'm no expert, but I have taken classes. I have gone through training that emphasize active listening. One of the things that they will have you do is to pair up, and one person becomes the listener, one person becomes the speaker. For 60 seconds, the speaker then has to talk about an enjoyable time, maybe your favorite family vacation as a child or something like that, a favorite fond memory. So one of you are going to be the listener, one of you are going to be the speaker. I'll let you guys decide who's who. Oh, you're
Okay.
taking too long. Maddie, you'll be the speaker. Daz, you'll be the listener. Maddie, I want you for 60 seconds. I want you to tell Daz about your favorite memory as a child. Daz, go ahead, throw the ticker up on the screen. And as soon as you see the ticker start, Maddie, it'll be your turn to go.
Okay, my favorite memory as a child. Okay, here's one. So when I used to go to the beach with my family, we used to go to the same beach every year called Marco Island. And I was just telling my girl this the other day and she was laughing at me. But anyway, so we used to have the ice cream shop in there, and we just charge everything on the room, right? So I would go in there and every time I would go get a slice of pizza, and then I would say, can I get chocolate vanilla swirl? And so I just charge it to the room and sign my name, and then we would go outside and play ping pong, and then we would go to the pool. And it's not that funny, but it was funny at the time. But I mean, it was a good every year memory for me. So yeah, that's it.
For sure,
Okay.
and that's the time. So Daz, where was this favorite destination?
I know it was on a beach.
Marco's Island.
Yeah.
What did she like going to get?
She liked to go get pizza from an ice cream shop that
What
she
did
could charge to her parents' room, and she would get an ice and she would get a swirl of ice cream on it.
You're too close. Yeah.
It's kind of close. It's kind of close. Maddie, will you do the correction there?
Yeah, I used to get chocolate vanilla swirl ice cream and a slice of pizza. So you were almost there, but yeah, chocolate vanilla.
Right. So yeah. She led with the ice cream, and she got the pizza while she was there as well.
Yeah.
I don't.
The ice cream
Yeah.
was the key. That was my favorite.
Yeah.
Okay. I see.
So talk to me now. I know that this is your first time actively listening. I'm surprised you didn't cut her off. Congratulations. That's usually the first mistake folks do, is cutting someone off. But some of the struggles, Daz, in terms of just listening without being able to say anything.
Well, first off, it's a little bit different because I am like trying to active listen, which almost makes it harder in a way.
Now you're treating it like a quiz.
Right.
Now you're treating it like a quiz. Oh no, did I forget? What did they just say? Oh no, I'm drawing a blank. what just happened? Yeah, right.
Mick Monday says,
My boy
I'm
Mick.
going to the bathroom after pizza. When you're little, you don't give a fuck. You'll take
Right.
that shit. You'll
I
take
think that's
that
the
shit.
difference. Back
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but back then I would eat all of it at once.
Yeah, right. So for me, just thinking about it, just thinking about like what some of the issues are with active listening. You bring up a vacation. Now I want to immediately tell you about my favorite vacation, right? So then I might have an inclination to cut you off. Or you get to talking about your favorite food. Oh, pizza. Oh, what? Now I want to interject, right? Now I want to know, well, what's your favorite pizza? But you're still in the middle of completing your thought, right? And so
Right.
just being an active listener improves your ability to communicate, but it also makes the other person feel valued, right? Because everybody wants to be heard.
True.
We'll finish this up with a clip. One of my
No,
favorite shows,
wait,
The Big.
hold on, because you're missing too an important point about it is that like me trying to be acknowledged as a good listener is interfering with the ability to listen. I'm like getting in my own way
Yeah.
because
That's
I'm
true.
trying to be acknowledged in a certain like I think that's harsh to say, but I'm trying to be acknowledged in that moment too
Mm-hmm.
as a good listener.
Good
There's
listener.
people watching. I don't want to
Yeah.
be seen as a bad listener with people, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Yeah.
not me personally, but in general. And so like and I'm also
Well,
I have incentive to listen to her story too. Mind you though, I still might have listened to it better if she just told me it, but I also had questions
exactly. Right.
because I'm
And
like,
so knowing when,
wait, is she saying that she's putting the ice cream on the pizza? Or is she adding an ice cream to it? I couldn't tell the difference. I heard what she said. I
Yeah.
just didn't know.
right. So it's natural, right? It's natural for that to happen. It happens to us all, right? We think about things we want to say, things we don't want to forget to say, things we want to clarify, right? And so in effective communication and active listening, you learn to find the natural pauses to be able to get those things in. The problem is when you're focusing so much on your questions or things that you want to say, then you're not actually listening.
Okay. True. And I think it is hard too. Like something I think that I could work on when it comes to listening is kind of like you said, Milk, about you kind of it's easy to want to interject. And I think Dad
Mm,
said this one time too. It's not that we're trying not to listen, but it's I think like sometimes we feel like we can relate. And so we try to throw our, what how we can relate into that. But
right.
sometimes that's not always called for. Like sometimes you can pause or you can wait for your turn. You know what I mean? Like let that
Exactly.
person say that and then you can be like, I can relate in this sense. Or you kind of also have to know if it's even a time and place to relate. Like it depends,
Hmm.
I think, on the topic.
Knowing
Because
your
sometimes,
audience is important, right?
right,
Knowing
No.
if it's even an appropriate time.
right.
Yep.
I think
Shout
I
out
could work on that too.
Hmm.
shout out Keith. I acknowledge you, Keith. Um
Yeah, yeah. One time for the one time. What it do?
so but yeah, even it's funny because there's times where we don't want to be acknowledged. Like I definitely don't want to be acknowledged if I'm on an elevator and fart.
Ooh,
True.
I'm gonna acknowledge myself. I'm sorry, y'all. That's
Right.
my bad. That's my bad. That's my bad, y'all.
Yeah. I think I don't want to be acknowledged like, you know, if I go somewhere and I like, you step out and go to the gas station and you're worse because you're trying to go grab something quick. No thanks.
Right,
Like
but you
just look
see,
past
but
me.
look, I'm cutting you off. See, that's not me being an active listener. I already have something to say. But that's
Okay.
right. But there are cues that let you know people don't want to be fooled with, right? If you see somebody with a hat on and some sunglasses with a
Right.
hoodie up going in the grocery store, they don't want to
Yeah.
be bothered. They're just
That's
trying to
right.
get you to get on with it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like there's some social cues, which is also a part of communication, right? But also something that we need to listen to. It's a nonverbal communication that must be
Yeah.
listened to. If you don't want to see, if you see somebody don't want to be
Yo,
bothered, don't bother their ass.
Bro, but here's what's wild about people, right? They'll be like, oh, they look like shit. What up? Like, and then they'll go tell their cousin, da 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 da.
Right.
And you won't even think twice about whether or not they weren't trying to be acknowledged.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's
and
real.
so it's funny, like, and you won't even ever think twice about it. They'll never be like, yo, I was trying to be low key.
It'll be a chick
you-
at the gas station with bedhead and still got sleep in her eye, and somebody gonna try to get her number. That's all.
That
Every time.
look,
Every time.
hair tied with no makeup on. That's when you're the prettiest. I hope that you don't take it wrong. Ever since Drake said that, it's been done.
Yeah.
Yo.
It's true.
Hey, make sure you listen to them words and you listen to them actions.
Yeah.
You ready for my damn video yet? I want to play my damn video.
Yeah. I'm about
Yo,
to
let me set it
play
up. Let
the
me set it
video.
up for you here real quick, though. This is my favorite show. One of my favorite shows, The Big Bang Theory. This is Sheldon here having a conversation with his coitus buddy. And I edited it up to shorten it up some, but this is a good example of effective listening, or maybe not so effective listening. Let's check it out.
Right.
You'd think after Xbox, there'd be Xbox 2. But no. Next came Xbox 360. And now, after 360, comes Xbox One. Why one? Maybe that's how many seconds of thought they put into naming it.
Can you get the butter, please? Then get the other one. Pass the butter.
Hang on. I don't feel like you're taking this dilemma seriously.
Fine, Sheldon. You have my undivided attention.
Okay, now, the PS4 is more angular and sleek looking.
No way!
It's true. But the larger size of the Xbox One may keep it from overheating.
You wouldn't want your gaming system to overheat?
No, see, well, you absolutely would not.
This is a nightmare! How will you ever make a decision?
See, I don't know. What should I do?
Please pass the butter!
Please, just pass the butter.
Right.
Please.
Oh man.
No, what percentage of the conversations that you have do you think that is like where the engagement is just to get it over with, or to get them to pass the butter?
Well, I think there are some things that we could take away from that. One is we're not always interested in what the other person is talking about. However, when you're in a relationship specifically, sometimes you have to listen to shit that you don't want to hear about, right? You got to hear about your spouse's long day at work, right? Coming off of the back of you already having a long day, right? So now you have to, not that you're faking it, but you've got to be very intentional, right? And so in this sense, we're listening to Sheldon expound upon his love for gaming, right? And the difficulties he's having in making a decision on which system to buy, right? But she doesn't give a shit.
Right.
In this moment, right? She waited, right? She waited for the pause in the conversation to ask for what she wanted, but it became apparent to Sheldon, even though she was polite and waiting, that she wasn't engaged in the conversation, right? And that's what he took issue with. And then in him taking issue with the fact that she wasn't engaged in the conversation, he wasn't being attentive to what she asked for, which was simply the butter, right?
Yeah. Well, but and then once she gave in to get the butter,
sarcastically,
he just thought
right?
that she was. I mean, literally, this is me. I'm Sheldon. I am a nerd too. On top, I just realized I'm a nerd. I never thought I was a nerd till I watched that, and I even disassociated myself from that scene until I looked at my wife and I was like, "Oh shit! That you saw that earlier today, this morning, Milk. That literally took place This morning, me and Milk are sitting there talking about the podcast.
Mhm.
She has a need she wants. She's like, "Can y'all wait till then? Like till we're done?" And like,
He
we're
tried to
doing
air
both
me
at the
out
same.
like I put their business in the streets last week. Let
Damn.
it be known. I did not put your business out there. This is all you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I didn't even, but yeah. So like, literally, me and Milk care about this.
Yeah.
And she cares about this. And literally, that was the whole conversation, just with
Right.
it being the podcast and then what she needed, literally,
Yeah.
interchangeably. But
But it can be that simple for sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
And then when that type of shit goes on for too long, the motherfuckers don't want to communicate with you no more. And then you got two motherfuckers that just walk across the house and don't even speak to each other.
Right.
I can't stand the way you chew, you motherfucker, you.
how do you like to acknowledge people, Maddie? How do you like to be acknowledged?
Well, I feel like when it comes to acknowledging people, I like to think I'm very intentional when it comes to acknowledging and listening. I feel like I try to acknowledge people for their accomplishments. I try to listen. I try to give eye contact when I'm listening to someone. I feel like that shows intention. I mean, not to say that people don't give eye contact and just still blank you out, but I try to be very intentional for the fact that I try to give people what I want them to give me. Is
Yeah.
the return, you know what I mean? Because I know that like I appreciate being acknowledged for accomplishments. I appreciate being acknowledged for even just my hard work towards or work anything I'm working towards, you know what I mean? I appreciate that. When it comes to, I want to be listened to. Like if I'm talking, like I want to be listened to. And so I do try to be just as intentional, in the way that I would want someone to do for me.
Yo, you know what is crazy, to be completely honest?
What's up?
Since the word eye contact,
Yeah.
thinking about how people sexually like to do it in the dark or with low lights and stuff like that. And I like the lights on. I need eye contact, light
See, I
on. I
feel
want to be acknowledged.
fully, fully. I can dig it. But I do know that
This
everyone's
man
not
be
like
talking
that.
about Aztec warrior.
I want to see. I want to acknowledge what's in front of me. I want to see it.
Yeah. I'm the same, but I do know that everybody is not.
My mama taught me not to eat in the dark.
Russell, 177 days sober.
Yo, shout out Russ. What up? What up? What up? What
We
up?
acknowledge you. Are you listening? Do you hear me?
That's
Hey.
right. That's good shit right there.
Let's go.
Yo,
That's my he held me down. He acknowledged me and held me down through one of the toughest times, a beautiful time, but one of the toughest times. And he rode with me all the way to the finish line.
That's real.
That boy's a goon. I met him. I used to date his sister. But
with the lights on. Hey, how you doing?
I want to be acknowledged right now.
Oh, acknowledge her!
Oh, Lordy, Lord.
Oh, man. It is a case of the Mondays. You are tapped into the exotic when the milkman. And of course, we have the lovely Maddie in the building talking mental health, talking about how we like to be acknowledged. And can your ass listening? Oh, you got a little bit of wax in your ears.
Oh God, we're here to clear out some of the wax.
That's right.
It's this nigga. No, bro, your ass was in like Chicago at JDC, where somewhere you was in your little badass was in trouble. I used to be praying for you. And- no.
Oh Lord,
Oh,
look, you know it's bad. You know it's bad when somebody else who was out here reckless is talking about only the Lord can help him now.
oh
Oh God,
God.
only you left, Lord.
Are you listening? Can you hear me? No, okay.
Oh,
Uh, uh, not no more.
Alpha and Omega,
All right.
it's up to you. Hallelujah.
Bro, where you were at and in your neighborhood, you were on the west side Chicago. Like that boy. Bro. Anyway, to stick to the subject, I love you though, man. Yo, I hadn't seen him for years, right? I got
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
bus, and then we were riding the bus at the same time, coincidentally. And that man was like,
Y'all was
"Your,"
both down on y'all luck.
he said, he said, "Your brother's better than you." I was like, okay.
Damn.
Hey,
But
Facebook friends all these years later.
yeah, no, that's my real life friends, real life friends.
Oh, that's what's up.
So
That's what's up. That's what's up.
real life friends, but uh, real life family. But so acknowledgement, Milk. How do you try to acknowledge people?
Yo, man.
How do you like to be acknowledged?
Different scenarios, different situations. I'm always gonna keep it respectful. I'm always gonna, I always try to be pleasant and friendly to people. But at the same time, I'm always gonna be me. I'm always gonna make sure that that I keep it copacetic in terms of what's going on around me. If it's something popping up that I don't like, I ain't never afraid to say something. I'm not afraid to be like, be countercultural in the moment. Like I'm not just gonna let some shit slide to let it slide. Um, being exposed to the South, finishing high school in Southern Illinois. We was indoctrinated. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Yes, sir. No, sir. Like respect and loyalty are probably two of the number one things for me. And so,
Okay,
in acknowledgement, that's really where it stops there. If we can't get past those two things, then I probably won't acknowledge you.
I
Okay.
see. Yeah, and that's so funny because that's just completely. Uh, well, what do you expect? How do you like to be acknowledged? I guess the
The
same
same
way, on
way.
respect and
Yeah,
loyalty.
respect and loyalty. That's it.
Okay,
I
that's
can dig
dope.
that.
Yeah, I mean that's real.
Yeah, I mean it's real. Yeah,
It's real and it's real
respect
simple.
should be simple. You know what I mean? And loyalty should be simple, but not apparently not so much all the time. But you
Right.
I,
know,
Well, it's about the relationships that you keep, right? And
yeah,
so, in associations and in business and all this stuff, like it might just stay at respect, but some of those relationships, loyalty comes into play, and that shit matters.
it should matter for sure. Definitely should matter.
um, I uh, I think that do you think some people have unrealistic expectations of acknowledgement? Or
Oh,
too
for sure, for sure. And
I
not to say, go ahead, Maddie. Go ahead, Maddie. I hear you. I hear you.
No, you're good. I was just gonna say that I think that even I think mine are unrealistic sometimes, and that's just because um, a lot of times I expect like me out of other people. Like I expect the same type of acknowledgement or the same type of love or respect, and so it's like when I don't get that, you know, it might make me feel some type of way, but at the end of the
Try to
day,
match the energy. What they say about matching the energy, Maddie, does it ever work?
no, No.
Well, at least on the negative end, when it's on the right side, it always works. But on the
Yeah,
negative side, it never works.
that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Well, and
So,
that's why I try to keep like-minded people close,
yeah.
and
And
like
I think that's
people,
a big thing. Yeah.
yeah,
Go ahead.
people who give me respect and loyalty. I think I struggle with the respect part, but I'm heavy um on the loyalty part.
Yeah.
Um and I don't mean to be disrespectful a lot of times. And it goes between, it's like a constant battle between trying to be acknowledged and respecting them too, and I think
Yeah.
sometimes it's the way I deliver and the way that I listen back.
Yeah. Okay. I feel that. I feel that.
Any comments? No.
Yeah.
I've
Shout
talked,
out
I've talked,
Clayton, we
I've talked so
acknowledge
much this
you.
episode. I've talked so much this episode.
High definition and low key are the unconventional king. Shout out to Clayton. I love you
Yo,
acknowledging me. And
it's the
I love
king.
acknowledging y'all. It's really heavy because actually High Def said something. I made a joke out of it at the time, but it's something that stuck with me. That he said in a conversation that we had. He was like, "Man, all these years and this person hasn't congratulated me once." And I was like, damn, I guess a text that goes a long way,
He
even for the
always just
little
wanted a hug
things.
from his daddy. He always just wanted a hug from his daddy.
No,
That's
that
all he
goes
ever wanted.
It be like that sometimes,
don't
Yeah.
don't reduce that.
No,
Don't
no, but
reduce.
that's the equivalent, but it's also a sad reality, right? Because it really is sometimes the little shit. I wish a motherfucker would have just patted me on the back. I wish a motherfucker would have just been like, "Attaboy," especially
Yeah.
when a motherfucker seen you fall down a couple times and then see you get it right. You definitely want a motherfucker to be like, "Come on, man, look at you,
Yeah.
come on with it, come on." First of all, we need cheerleaders, and
That's
that's really what
right.
it's called, right? When we
Yeah.
talk about a support system, like a
Yeah.
support system presents in a myriad of ways, right? Sometimes
Yep.
it's just somebody that'll listen to you. Sometimes it's somebody who can provide physical help, right? And
Yep.
sometimes it's a coach, sometimes it's a mentor, sometimes it's a cheerleader, right?
Yep.
We need all of those things to be
Shout
successful.
out
And that's
my
the type of
sister
community,
Ashley.
that's
I
the type
see
of
Ash
village
Cash.
that people need to be surrounded with, right, to be successful in this world.
That's right. A network, a good network.
I gotta acknowledge my sister Ash Cash watching on Instagram. I love her. She's easy to acknowledge. She's so incredible in this world. But
All right, right
um,
now, what we're going to do in the sanctuary is we're going to pass the offering plate. If you feel like you have been fed on tonight, if you have heard a word that has
shout out
blessed
Cohen.
your soul, we're going to be dropping the cash app
Don't
so that you
no, but
can
she
pour
called
back
me.
into this ministry
No,
that has
she
poured
called me
into you.
Bedazzled. She called me Don't. I am Daz Exotic. Acknowledge me. I think
What
Bedazzled.
up,
They
young
took
one?
us
How you
into
doing, Cullen, bro? I love you, man.
Cullen. We got our siblings in the building right now. That's
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
up.
one time for the one time.
High five. High
Is my
five.
brother Chris in the building?
Acknowledge my high five. No. High
Oh,
five. Oh yeah.
what
Maddie,
the
you
hell's
weren't
happening right now?
included in. I'm sorry.
I was not listening. There was no effective listening happening right there.
Yeah. Okay.
I was tuned in to my brother Cullen on the screen there, and
Okay. Well, I was
Dad
just acknowledging the high
Dad
five.
wanted to be acknowledged. Hey, hey, look at me,
Right.
Dad. Hey.
I'm your brother now. No.
Somebody get this off the screen.
Yeah. So before we go, what are our goals for the week? And not for the week. WEAK.
not that week.
But for the week, WEEK. We got to find a new word for it because I don't want to say goal. I mean, I guess it serves both ways. Goals for the week because we're not always strong in the goals.
True.
That's the whole part of mental health is motherfuckers are admitting that they have some shortcomings, that they have some struggles, that in your weakness you are made strong, as scripture reminds us.
That's right. Okay. So goal for the week. I think my goal. What is my goal for the week? I think just to be intentional, honestly, with all the things that I know. I need to be intentional with my gratitude because that's like my big thing that helps me shift my perspective. And when I like slip on my gratitude practices, then it will have my perspective in the wrong, I got like a negative lens on, you know what I mean? So
you gotta
I want to just
filter.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay intentional, be on top of my gratitude, and just stay grateful this week. And stay in that headspace. That's for me.
I ain't mad at that. I'm gonna go ahead and adopt that one too. I know
somebody
recently talked to me about that practice of gratitude, and they every night they intentionally try to write about what they're grateful for from the day. And and I think it serves an even bigger purpose on them days where you feel like you just been beat up, where nothing fruitful came from it, to really have to like find that thing that you're still grateful for. It's a redirection of energy, and it goes back to what I always say: great days don't just happen; we have to make them great.
Make them great.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm adopting that goal too because I definitely need to be more grateful. I was thinking about impacts on lives earlier today, right? And I be ego tripping sometimes. I decided, and I know people who have impacted endless lives, guaranteed in the thousands, and to where and I haven't respected that. And I'm one of the lives deeply impacted by that. And so it was humbling to be like, damn. So maybe, I'm not the only one.
Right.
Yo, man, it's room for all of us in this world, man.
That's
and
right.
there's nothing wrong with being humble. There's nothing wrong with having some ego, but it's all about that balance.
Yeah, 100%.
God gave us both for a reason.
Yep.
Before we get out of here, we are going to spin J Life's lead single off his brand new project coming. It's called Note to Self.
Okay.
It's wrong to not play J Life on the show because even it being called Note to Self, and it's all positive affirmations and about self-worth. It's such a beautiful thing. And the first single has your boy on it.
Okay.
And it's called Me Against the World. Let's go. And I will definitely be sending it. The song.
Looks like it's just us, J-Life.
I done made it on my own, had to get this all alone.
Me against the world.
Try to hold up on my plans, but I'm getting to the bands.
Me against the world.
Lifestyle really dangerous, and they try to say I wouldn't make it.
Let's go.
I ain't had nobody and I had to face it.
Wow.
So I know it's really me
If it's
against
me
the
against the
world.
world, then here I come. I'm a one-man band.
That's
On the
incredible.
run. It's funny because they all want some. Keep it close to my heart. They can't get none. Sounds bad, but I do them how I was done. See, it's lonely at the top, why it's number one. And I'm piping hot like I got a gun.
Dude,
Yo.
you
Yeah.
definitely still do, my guy.
I had to pause it. I had to pause it real quick.
Yes, you do.
I had to pause it. We take so much for granted. Speaking of
Yeah.
being grateful, I am grateful you
Yo.
are here with us today, Keith. It means
That's right,
the
Keith.
We
absolute.
acknowledge
It means
you.
the universe to us. It puts tears in my eyes that you're
I've
here.
been there, brother. I've rolled over 3 times, got punted like a field goal. The godson once described it. Even though he was crying when he thought I was dead, Lord. And hallelujah, somehow he just walked away. And I'm grateful you did too.
That's right.
Yeah, man. And to be grateful.
Cars are replaceable. You are not.
Yeah. So
They duplicate what's great, so they all my sons. I can only be judged by God, and I've been working goddamn hard. See, you can try if you want, but no, you can't pull my card.
I done made it on my own, had to get this all alone. Me against the world. Try to hold up on my plans, but I'm getting to the bands. Me against the world. Lifestyle really dangerous, and they try to say I wouldn't make it. I ain't had nobody and I had to face it, so I know it's really me against the world.
I wish the world would accept me for who I am. I wish the world would stop putting me down. People judging who I am. I ain't losing hope, I'm accepting who I am. I ain't losing faith, I'ma love who I am. People wanna judge, they will never understand. I never follow trends, I always listen to what's in my heart. We pray to God to give us strength. We pray to God to light our way. Trust in God, He'll show you the way. We gotta have faith, never live in hate. Always keep your faith, never let it break. Believe in yourself, believe in your fate. Always live for a better day.
I done made it on my own, had to get this all alone. Me against the world. Try to hold up on my plans, but I'm getting to the bands. Me against the world. Lifestyle really dangerous, and they try to say I wouldn't make it. I ain't nobody and I had to face it, so I know it's really me against the world.
Even when the world brings you down, always get back up, always fight. Never let words affect who you are. Never let people change how you feel. Never live in doubt, always do it right. Always live right, always live life. I can't be something that I ain't. I can't be no one else. I can only be me. Stay true to who I am, true to where I stand.
I done made it on my own, had to get this all alone. Me against the world. Try to hold up on my plans, but I'm getting to the bands. Me against the world, I'll be on. Lifestyle really dangerous, and they try to say I wouldn't make it. I ain't had nobody and I had to face it, so I know it's really me against the world.
Can no one change how I feel? My feelings are real, they symbolize who I am.
I like that.
shout out J
Let's
Life.
go. Jordan Munoz, aka the one and only J Life. Ain't no life without it.
Yeah. So let's hit the insane.
Oh, you know what it is. You know what it is. It has been another case of the Mondays. I am the milkman. We've been joined by the one and only Maddie. And of course, we've got the exotic one in the building. Yo, great days don't just happen. We got to make them great. Y'all be intentional this week. Tell them, Maddie.
Stay grateful.
Yay.
That's
Exotic one.
Like like an old school, you gotta say it.
No, man. We don't say that on this show. We say
Yeah,
great
we
days
do.
don't just happen.
We said-
we make them great.
No, we said that last week when we ended it.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, like an old school BET condom.
I didn't think we was
commercial.
bringing condoms and BET into Mental Health Mondays. Yo!
Like an
For
old
Maddie, for the exotic, when I am the milkman, like an old school BET condo commercial. Throw that thing in the air one time for the one time, get it rolling around like this. It's time to wrap it up.
Keith Rock rolling up and down your